All right, welcome, Rachel. I'm excited to get a chance to interview you today so you can share your experience and so students can get the chance to get to know you a little bit more. So please, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself with your full name.
Okay, so my name is Rachel Whitaker,
And
and
yeah, go ahead. What's your academic standing? What's your major and so on?
technically I'm a senior, but I'm going into my third year at the U of A, and I intend to take 5 years since I'm doing a couple majors.
Awesome. So where are you originally from?
So I'm originally from Tucson, Arizona,
Cool.
born and raised here,
Oh, gotcha. Nice. All right. So where'd you go to high school?
University High School.
Ah, great. Yeah, that's awesome. So what hobbies, activities do you enjoy outside of academics?
A lot of it is I grew up camping, so I go hiking and camping, water skiing, skiing with my family as much as I can.
Awesome.
That's cool, yeah.
That's really great. And it's a great time to do so, in Tucson, great places to go camping. So
Yeah.
that's great.
And we
Um,
have the southernmost ski resort up at Mount Lemon, even though it's not open all the time. So
right. That's definitely a draw, especially on hot weekends. You can go over there and cool down for sure. Is there something that you want to share with us that's of interest that maybe some people might not know about generally about you?
Um, my favorite place to hike is in the Grand Canyon.
Hmm.
And so I've done one cross canyon hike. I've done one like into the canyon back up in a day. And I've done one all the way, I did the length of a canyon in like a river trip. So that's
Yeah.
like my go-to place. It's a gorgeous place and I really want to go back as much as
Oh,
I can.
nice. You have future plans to go back?
Yeah, I'm planning a backpacking trip with my family into some of the side canyons because we've done the main trails,
Mhm.
what people normally do when they go rim to rim, but we haven't gone to some of those rapids or down to the river on those side canyons. Mhm.
Gotcha. That's awesome. So why did you decide to come to the University of Arizona?
So when I was actually a junior and a senior in high school, the U of A Honors College did some opportunities classes for kids to take seminars with the Honors College, kind of to promote that we started having an Honors College. And I came on campus once or twice a week for a couple semesters, and I really fell in love with the campus. Plus, I grew up here, so I've been on campus a fair amount, and I really like being here. I did take some tours of other colleges, but I really liked being here on this campus.
That's great. That's awesome. So why did you select computer science as your major?
I actually had I had a teacher in high school that really inspired me to do computer science at University High School. Yeah, he just made me really excited about computer science, and we got to do a few trips to the U of A and look at like the information and technology college, and uh, he inspired me to do it more because he was so excited about it.
That's great. It's great. It's so wonderful to hear that, somebody inspired you, that teachers at the high school level did that. What was the instructor's name, if you don't mind me asking?
David Herring.
Oh, great. So shout out to David. That's
Yeah.
that's awesome. They had a positive impact. Um, so what have you enjoyed most about your experience here at the U of A in computer science?
I've liked learning like different programming language, like Python and Java. And in my other major, I learned a little bit of C and C++. So it's nice having that like wide range of languages.
Mm.
And then I also something that I thought was cool is as you get into these higher level classes, I start seeing more of everyday things. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's an algorithm. Or like I was looking at Google Maps with my parents when we were on a hike and we were doing some GPS thing. And I was thinking about like different algorithms. And granted, that stuff is, I mean, sometimes difficult to understand, but it's so cool when you really understand it and you can actually like apply it to something you see every day.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really great and applicable, like you said. What are your career goals?
So I know I want to do a graduate degree. I think I want to do a master's degree at the U of A, but in cybersecurity.
Hmm.
After that, I'm actually not sure. What I've done is through AZ Cyber, a program I work with, I've done a little bit of networking and I'm on LinkedIn and I've talked to a bunch of professionals in the cybersecurity field. And so I think it's something I want to do, but I'm not sure exactly what path in cybersecurity I want to take yet.
Oh, that's really
So
great.
that's where I'm headed.
Yeah, and so you mentioned your AZ Cyber Initiative. Tell us a little bit about your involvement in that.
Okay, so I got into AZ Cyber Initiative because I'm actually it's a bit of a winding story, but I got into it because I'm an engineering ambassador for the like Department of Engineering, and I was at an event and promoting the College of Engineering, and I was next to a booth that was a cyber booth, and I got talking to the man there. And after he found out I was a CS student and an electrical engineering student, he asked if I'd be willing to learn a little bit about some basic computer or cybersecurity, and then teach it to high schoolers. And so this is like very basic level stuff: introductory Python, introductory Linux, basics of cybersecurity, phishing stuff, and how you spot phishing emails. And so that's how I got involved with AZ Cyber. And I've been a teacher for their camps. They had 5 over the summer, and they travel around southern Arizona. So there were 3 in Tucson. One was at the U of A campus, actually. And there was 1 in Chandler and 1 in Nogales. And I got lucky, I got to be a part of 4 of those.
Wow, that sounds like a wonderful experience. An opportunity for you to interact with the younger group and be able to do some outreach. That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Why should someone get involved in the Arizona Cyber Initiative?
Well, I think their goal is really great. I mean, anyone who uses a computer really needs to know cybersecurity. We taught the kids like how to spot phishing emails and a little bit of social engineering, which is like the people side of electronics, like how people interact with their computers. And by the end of it, some of them were really surprised by how much information you can really find out just by being online. So that's important for anyone to know, because it can impact your home life, your work life. A lot of big companies get like hacked because of a single employee that clicked on a phishing link. It's important for everyone to know that sort of thing, so you can keep an eye out for it and defend yourself against it. And then Cyber Initiative specifically, I really liked their community. The teachers that they had were awesome and so supportive of each other. And on top of that, the founder of the company, his name is Manny Felix. He is actively looking for ways to spread cybersecurity awareness, and not only that, but diversify the field. So when we had speakers come in to talk to the students every single day, sometimes twice a day. And if he talked to a woman or a minority, one of the questions he'd ask is, what have you experienced in a field? And how could someone who is in a different position make this field more inclusive for you? It was incredibly awesome.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, and it's great that there's that focus on bringing underrepresented students into the field.
Exactly.
Very important.
And he actually had the students think about how they could spread awareness in their own community of cybersecurity. They had us do an activity, or the students do an activity at the end of each day, thinking about how you can maybe talk to your elders, talk to your friends, talk to your parents, to communicate cybersecurity to other people.
That's great. That's wonderful. What advice would you give to someone looking to get involved in the AZ Cyber Initiative?
In cyber initiative particularly, I'd suggest, well, in cybersecurity in general, I'd suggest they look at the U of A clubs. So like WESIS, Women in Cybersecurity, and AZ Cyber Saguaros are 2 cybersecurity clubs on campus. So if you reach out to those clubs, you get involved, you talk to the members, that's a good way to get involved in other groups on campus.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. Networking, take advantage of those connections.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what advice would you give an incoming student at the U of A in pursuit of computer science? My
top advice, which I've thought about this a lot, is go to office hours, because your professor's office hours and your TA's office hours are so freaking valuable. I use them a lot, because it's not just when you're struggling that you go as a last resort. It's anytime you have a question, anytime you need homework help, anytime you need a clarification on something in class. It's a really good way to get that information that it's difficult sometimes to learn on your own. And especially because if you go to a bunch of people's different office hours, you get a bunch of different viewpoints. And sometimes you learn a different way of looking at something, or you find a different way to ask a question, and it just clicks better. Yeah, so that's my top advice, is office hours. That's great advice. Thank you. Thank you for providing that. Do you have anything else that you want to share with people that are viewing this video? I don't think so. Okay, well, that's great. Well, thanks again for letting me interview you, and we appreciate it. And thanks again. Take care. Thank you for taking the time.